Hello, welcome to our daily sessions for lessons. Today we are going to look at highest common factor and lowest common multiple, HCF and LCM in mathematics. Subscribe to our channel to enjoy all our lessons. Press that red button. So after today's lesson, you should be able to list all multiples of numbers and identify the lowest common multiples of all given numbers and list their factors. So it's from the factors that you should be able to identify the highest common factor. So if you are to talk about multiples of a number, so the multiples are those numbers that are obtained, multiples are obtained after multiplying numbers, after multiplying a number with another number. So for example, if you look at the first 6 multiples of 3 and 6, so 3, the first multiple is 3, which is got by multiplying 3 with 1. So if you multiply 3 times 2, you get 6. If you multiply 3 times 3, you get 9. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 6 is 18. Then the multiples of 6, the first 6 are 6, which is 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 12, 6 times 3, 18, 6 times 4, 24, 6 times 5, 30, 6 times 6, 36. So those are the first multiples of 3 and 6. So the common multiples are those which appear in the set of multiples of any of the 2 multiples of numbers. So for example, if you look at the multiples of 3, where we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18, and then the multiples of 6, where we have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and 36. So you can clearly see that 6 is common in the 2 sets of the multiples of 3 and 6. 12 is a multiple of 3, and also 12 is a multiple of 6. 18 is a multiple of 3, and 18 is also a multiple of 6. So 6, 12, and 18 are what we call common multiples in these 2 sets, or in these chosen 2 sets of the multiples of 3 and 6. So out of these, the lowest multiple is 6. The lowest common multiple is 6. So 6 is the lowest common multiple since it is the smallest in the common multiples of 3 and 6. So you can conclude that the lowest common multiple of 3 and 6 is 6. So that is how we find the lowest common multiple of any 2 numbers. So if we summarize this, when finding the lowest common multiple, you list down the first few multiples of the numbers. Then after listing the few multiples of the numbers, you identify the lowest number here. You identify the lowest that is similar in all the data sets. So that number which is lowest is always the lowest common multiple, or what you call the LCM of the numbers. So basically, that's how we find the lowest common multiple. So another example is here, where we are finding the lowest common multiple of 4 and 3. So we list the few factors of 4 which are here, and the few factors of 3 which are here. So the smallest one, which is common in both sets, is 12 here. You can see a 12 here and a 12 here. So 12 is the lowest common multiple of 4 and 3. If we also look at what we call factors and common factors, so we say that the factor, what factors are numbers which divide other numbers exactly, and they give a remainder of 0. So the remainder is always 0 when we divide a number by its factor. So for example, factors of 12 are these ones here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So meaning that if you get 12 divided by each of these factors, you get a remainder of 0. For example, 12 divided by 1 is 12, remainder 0. 12 divided by 2 is 6 remainder 0. 12 divided by 3 is 4 remainder 0. 12 divided by 4 is 3 remainder 0. 12 divided by 6 is 2 remainder 0. 12 divided by 12 is 1 and a remainder of 0. So when a number divides exactly into any two numbers giving a remainder of 0, it is called a common factor. That is, if a number divides, for example, by two numbers and in all the numbers it gives a remainder of 0, we call it a common factor for the two numbers. So if a common factor is the biggest in the set of two factors, then we call it a common factor. So for example here, this is the way how we find the factors. First, we list the factors of all the numbers in the data sets. Then we identify the biggest common factor from all the sets. And that biggest number will be the highest common factor. So an example, the highest common factor for 12 and 20. So we shall list the factors of 12, which are here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. And those of 20 are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. So the common factors are 1, 2, and 4 in the two sets, but the highest is 4. So meaning that the answer for the highest common factor of 12 and 20 is 4, as we can see from the two sets. So that is how we find the highest common factor and the lowest common factor. So you can go ahead and try these numbers out and see what you get. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to enjoy all our lessons. You can also look for other lessons from our channel. Just search Mr. Academia. You'll be able to get all our lessons free of charge.